Hey, YouTube. So the news just broke. Chip Kelly is leaving UCLA. Now, I talked about this in a video. You can find it here on YouTube. I talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and I said Chip Kelly's out here interviewing for other jobs, but it was NFL offensive coordinator jobs. And I said he wants to do anything to get the hell out of the college game. He wants to leave UCLA. UCLA is dead in the water, and I could just see all the smoke. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Obviously, you knew he was leaving UCLA. UCLA was not signing anyone in the transfer portal. They weren't fighting to stay relevant in the collegiate game. I think he just tapped out. But here he goes. He's going to Ohio State, taking the place of Bill O'Brien, who just departed to be the head coach at Boston College. I'd imagine he was on the short list of finalists or candidates for the offensive coordinator position at Ohio State before they chose Bill O'Brien. I think it came down to these two. So once Bill O'Brien left, Chip Kelly got the call and said, yeah, man, let me just let my players know I'm leaving, and now I'm gone. And you saw this coming. The writing was on the wall because Deshaun Foster left. Deshaun Foster, your running backs coach, one of your best recruiters, he left to go to the Raiders. So UCLA is just sitting there, lame duck to the fullest. You join a new conference. I'm telling you, UCLA is not projected to be better than Indiana next year. They don't have the same trajectory. Maryland looks better. Iowa looks better. Minnesota looks more poised to win games. Purdue looks like they've improved immensely from the transfer portal. I look at UCLA and I go, they got to be at the bottom of the barrel. They're scraping the bottom of the barrel when it comes to the Big Ten. Welcome to it, but you're not ready. And now you lose your coach at this point in the transfer portal cycle, or in the offseason cycle, I should say. And what are you going to do for spring football? Who are you going to hire? Who are you bringing in? Gary Patterson just got hired at TCU to be an analyst of some sort. So that's guy off the table. You're going to have to go to the group of five or go pick a different coordinator at another team. This round robin musical chairs is happening at the most inopportune time. And it doesn't really matter. UCLA players are pretty good. If you didn't know, the individual players at UCLA, they have some studs. They recruit St. John Bosco well. They get some really good players from Southern California that could probably transfer and contribute to other programs. I'd imagine some of those kids are going to leave and go to Arizona. They're going to leave and go to other places. You know where they're not going, though? They're not following Chip Kelly to Ohio State. I can't see that. I can't see outside of, what, 2 or 3 guys? Max? I don't see it. And it's never a good sign when all the players you recruited don't follow you to your next destination. That's never a good thing. So there's that. But when I look at this move, per se, or this thing, I start looking at UCLA and I say, okay, you're going to fall apart. You're going to be at the bottom of the barrel. So why don't you hire somebody from the group of 5? Go hire a G.J. Kinney. Go hire an up-and-coming group of 5 coach that may revitalize your fan base, that may get young players to transfer to your school. You're not going to win it in recruiting. You're not going to win it in player development. The gap is too huge. UCLA is going to get pounded on the football field for the foreseeable future, from what I can see. You're losing that advantage. You don't have the recruiting advantage in your home state or even in your own city. And now you go and lose somebody who was, not saying charismatic, but Chip Kelly has a lot of credibility to him when he's recruiting a player in a living room. He can throw around certain names that is unrivaled by others in this modern day and age. I'm serious. The development of players at Oregon, the creation of a dynasty at Oregon. Yeah, they didn't win national titles, I know. But the brand of football, the brand of Dennis Dixon and Marcus Mariota and just LaMichael James, just looking at them and saying, yo, I can make you like these guys. It's an amazing thing to say, but there's nothing like that at UCLA now. There's nothing holding them there. I would much rather go to Fresno State instead of there. I'd rather go to San Jose State or Oregon State. I don't care if you're in Southern California. Get me the hell out of here. So who are they going to hire? I don't know. They've always had big-name coaches at UCLA. They've had to. It's the only way they can stay competitive with USC, and you're not going to see it. I don't think you are. They're going to go get Urban Meyer. They're going to shock the world. Go get Ryan Grubb. Take away an offensive coordinator from Alabama. This musical chairs are going to keep happening. And then all the players are going to vacate. They're going to get in the portal and keep going. You will not see a single team. Well, you will not see a team that lost their head coach with any type of continuity staying together. Not unless their coach got hired elsewhere in a positive manner. This is a negative. This is a lesson learned for UCLA. You guys ever been in a relationship, a toxic relationship, and you look at the other person and you say, I hate you. I don't want to be with you. You ain't nothing but a bitch. You ain't nothing but an asshole. Whatever you say. You've been in those relationships before. And let me tell you, I've been in them. And you start saying shit you can't take back. You start saying things that no matter how many apologies you give, you're not going to overcome it. Okay? So when you're in a relationship like Chip Kelly was with UCLA, and it goes out and it goes public, hey, we're going to fire you at the end of the season. And then he wins some games that you didn't think he was going to win. He beats the crosstown rival and all this other stuff. You start going, man, I think we're going to keep him. I think we're going to keep him hired. I think we're keeping him on staff. Don't worry about it, bruh. Some shit was said that can't be forgotten and can't be taken back. I'm never getting over it. One of us is mentally checked out of this relationship. One of us is going to go and start looking for others. Yeah, I know I said we're going to break up and we still live together. But let me tell you, I got a dating app and I'm going out on dates trying to find the next person. That's what Chip Kelly's been doing. He's been going out and interviewing for other jobs every night, every chance he gets. He's not on the road recruiting. He's on the road doing interviews for other jobs. This is a breakup that happened months ago, and UCLA just let it slide. They should have fired him, but they didn't want to pay the severance. They didn't want to pay the buyout. So this way, you have another university pay for the buyout. So it's just one of those moves where you got to sit there and posture. But that is the equivalent of being a lame duck in modern day college football. You have a lame duck program at that point. You know your current coach is departing. It's just a matter of time. He's got to go find somebody else. You never been in that type of relationship? Let me tell you, I've been in a relationship where we're both paying the lease on the apartment, and I'm like, yo, I'm out this joint. It's only a matter of time before I find somebody else to help me pay these bills. I gotta go. And I know plenty of dudes who are like, man, just let her go out. Hopefully she finds somebody new and she moves out soon. It's happened. This is real talk, real life shit. This is just the white collar version. This is just the less vilified version, the more sophisticated and educated version. But don't get it twisted. That's exactly what happened here. Okay? This is a failed relationship, and these two were living in the same apartment, in the same house, on the same block. They were living in the same space for the last 3 months, but nobody wanted to be there. That includes UCLA, that includes Chip Kelly. And shout out to Deshaun Foster for saying, yo, I'm jumping ship. I'm going to go play for the Raiders. It's good stuff, man. I'm excited for everybody in their new beginning. Let's see what happens. But at the end of the day, UCLA, to me, is one of the worst teams in the Big Ten. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. Peace, y'all.